Well, hello there everyone, and welcome to the start of another herping vlog in 2023. I am very excited for this herping vlog in particular, and probably the next couple to follow, because one of my good friends, Will, from New England, is down in South Florida, and he is going to be herping a lot of species that he's never seen before, and I'm going to be right there with him. So the goal right now is what we're going to be doing is we're going to be herping around the Everglades and hopefully get him a bunch of lifers, and then we're going to work our way up north to northern Florida and herp along the way. So I'm really looking forward to a nice little vacation and looking forward to herping with him. So yeah, I'm really excited. Tonight we're going to go out and road cruise a road that I've done countless times, and it will be Will's first time on that road. So hopefully we have some good success and are able to find some snakes and some other cool herps, most of which will be lifers for him. So right now I'm on my way to go pick up Will, and then we're going to go herping. Our first alive snake on the night is a snake that I've seen countless times this year, but it is actually a lifer for Will. This is a Florida cottonmouth. So I've seen them bigger than this, but I've seen them a lot smaller too. So I'd say this is about an average size for an adult, but pretty cool. All right, so right after that first cottonmouth, we got our second one on the night, and this one's a little smaller than the last one, but really cool. Buddy. Will with his second cottonmouth ever. Shows our third cottonmouth of the night. This one's a little feistier. He wasn't too happy that when we drove past him, but yeah, much darker than the other ones have been. But yep, never tired of seeing these snakes, and I've seen hundreds of them. All right, so we got our fourth cottonmouth of the night. This is our smallest cottonmouth, and yeah, get a look at him from right here. So that's a pretty cool find. You can see the little yellow tail for that caudal luring. So all right, we'll see what else we can get, but 4 cottonmouths so far, so can't complain. This is the one of the few times I've seen this happen, but that is a crocodile, an American crocodile out of the water. Usually they're swimming in the water, but this one is out of it. Zooming in, we're gonna get a better shot of this guy when he gets out of the truck, when we get out of the truck, or it might take off, but there's an American crocodile out of the water. Okay, so it is the next day after herping with Will, and I'm on my way to work, and this is the 5th cottonmouth that I've gotten in the last 24 hours, and the first one today. This guy's just sunning himself on the side of the road with absolutely no care whatsoever. Really thick cottonmouth too. Hopefully he doesn't get hit, but just an absolutely beautiful snake. Here's a better look at the cottonmouth from this side with the lighting. Classic snake, most common we have here in the Everglades, but I think they're so charismatic that you just never tire of seeing and encountering them. So I think that's awesome. So we just road cruised the second cottonmouth of the day, and this thing is enormous. Look at the size of that cottonmouth as it just disappears into the grass. That's one of the biggest cottonmouths that I've seen. Well, we have our third cottonmouth, or at least my third cottonmouth of the day. This guy's a little unhappy to say the least. Well, good evening everyone. It is night number 2 of herping here in South Florida with my friend Will from back home in New England. And tonight we're going to go out, and the target is going to be coral snakes. We'll be going to a spot where they've been pretty reliable and hoping that we have some success. Other than that, we might do some shining for invasive lizards depending on how the coral spot goes, but it's getting close to sunset, so I'm going to get on the road right now, go pick up Will from the hotel, and we'll get on to the spot. So we are riding down and there's a coyote, that eye shine right there, that's just in front of us. And he's been just running down the road as we're driving down it. So yeah, there he is. You can kind of make him out there. So yeah, we're just following a coyote down the trail. All right, well, not our target, but this is our first corn snake of this little trip so far. And yeah, this is my first baby corn snake that I've ever seen. So that's really cool. And this is the first corn snake Will's ever seen in the wild. So there's a good sign. Snakes are starting to move. It's a good look at him, or better look, I should say, right there. Right, so here's the corn snake in hand. He's calmed down a little bit here, but you've been getting some pictures, and yeah, really cool find. It's 9 o'clock right now, and the snakes are starting to move. Sweet. Let the snake just go about its business. And we'll keep on going and see what else we can find. We just came across, this is a blue land crab, and yep, he was just on the side of the road here. These things are pretty freaking big, if you'll ask me, but yeah, he's just taking refuge under this rock. That's absolutely wild. These crabs are really more in tropical climates, so pretty much really at the limit of their range here. As far as I could be wrong on that, but pretty cool. Okay, everyone, it is the next morning here in the Everglades. We did not find a coral snake last night with Will or any other species that I was targeting, but we did see some other bycatch, so that was pretty cool. With that being said, we're going to wrap things up here in the Everglades with Will, and we're going to work our way north in Florida. We're heading up to the cane fields, which is a place that I've never been to before, so I'm pretty excited about that. Overall, I think our time in the Everglades with Will was, I think, for the most part, pretty satisfying. We didn't see a whole lot in terms of what I normally get, but for him, what we did find were species that he'd really never seen before. And matter of fact, really a lot of those species we found, especially the crocodile, and the cottonmouths too, they're not up in New England. So as someone from the Northeast to come down and just to see cottonmouths, corn snakes, crocodiles, and even heck alligators, it's just such a rewarding experience. But I'm going to get on the road now. We're going to meet up with Will, and we're going to continue on north, and hopefully we can find some more herps. Oh yeah, those are green iguanas. There's one right there, sticking his head up. Oh, there's two. There's one closer to the water, and there's one walking its way towards the water. So, see how close we can get to this guy, but he's probably just going to immediately bolt. Oh yeah, there he goes. Or she, I can't really tell from here, but yep, we got some iguanas on the side of this canal next to a railroad track. Alright everyone, we are gearing up for a night in the cane fields, which is a place that I've never been to before. Just got ourselves situated at the hotel and we're gonna head out. And yeah, I have no idea how the night's gonna go. I'm hoping we can see some stuff, but who knows? Only way to find out is to get out there, so we'll get on the road and see what we can find. So that's not the ocean in front of us, in case you're wondering. We are actually at Lake Okeechobee. This is my first time visiting Lake Okeechobee. It is the largest body of fresh water inland in the state of Florida. I don't know the exact measurements off the top of my head, but it looks like an ocean. So this is really cool. We'll get down closer and get a better shot of it. No snakes on the road so far, but I decided to drive all the way down here because it was totally worth it. Just some incredibly stunning views of Lake Okeechobee. This is essentially the headwater for the entire Everglades ecosystem. The water that floods from Lake Okeechobee during the rainy season is kind of the lifeblood, if you will, for filling up the Everglades system. And Lake Okeechobee has been dammed and diked, so that water flow has been diverted and has caused a lot of hydrological problems that have impacted a lot of South Florida. So there are actually alligators that are swimming off in the distance here, and it looks like they're in the ocean. We've got some big waves coming in. Yeah, just incredible. So we got two amphibians here. What appears to be a leopard frog. I think this is a southern leopard frog on the side of the road. Right there. And then I'm pretty sure that this is a cane toad right next to it. It's not a southern toad because those crests behind the eyes really don't make an L shape. So yeah, we got a native frog and then an invasive toad right next to each other. So no snakes yet, but at least we got some herp activity other than those alligators. Alright, we got another huge cane toad right here. We've been seeing a bunch of cane toads, really nothing else here, but yeah, there it is. Kind of just coiled up or sheltering because of the light, but really cool. So we're getting a lot of cane toads in the cane fields and really nothing else. Look how fast these things move. Right off the road. Get him? Okay everyone, we have just returned from a night in the cane fields, and I will say this, in regards to the snake department, things were very uneventful. We found 0 snakes in the cane fields. We did get cane toads and some amphibians, but the only reptiles we saw were alligators and ground anoles. With that being said, I had never been to the cane fields before, so just being able to check that out and see Lake Okeechobee was totally worth it. What I think I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to end the video here. We're going to break this herping trip up into multiple parts. And the reason why I'm doing it is because Lake Okeechobee is technically, in my opinion, the gateway to South Florida. It's the headwaters of the Everglades, as I mentioned earlier. So I figured I'll probably call the first video herping in South Florida, including the Everglades and the cane fields. And then tomorrow we will venture up into Central Florida, work our way to Northern Florida, and we'll herp there. That will at least be one video, maybe more, depending on how things go. But I'm going to end the video here. Trying to get some night's sleep, good night's sleep, because we have a little bit of a drive tomorrow morning. And yeah, if you like what you saw, consider subscribing to my channel, checking out some of my other content, like if you desire, and be on the lookout for the second video of this herping trip, which will be coming out shortly. Alright, you all have a good night, and I'll see you in the next video.